John joins us now with sports, and everybody remembers Verne Gagne as a professional wrestler on TV and everything, but he was a really, really good amateur wrestler before that, high school and college.
The amateur wrestler before he was my grandma's favorite wrestler back in the 60s. Yeah, he had a great amateur career. The old Robbinsdale High School is located on Regent Avenue and operated as a high school for 2 decades until the new building was built a few blocks south of there in 1956. It's in that old school where Verne Gagne made the long walks to school and first became a champion.
From Mound, Minnesota, Verne Gagne. Verne Gagne.
Verne Gagne was the face of professional wrestling in the upper Midwest for decades. Always the good guy, fighting off those wrestling villains who didn't play by the rules. The American Wrestling Association was a moneymaker for Verne and a source of great entertainment for generations of pro wrestling fans. His son Greg followed him into the sport and was one of many who learned the ropes under his father.
Some of the people he trained, Larry Henning, Jack Lanza, who was from here, Blackjack Mulligan, Baron von Raschke. Out of our group, he had Jim Brunzell, Ric Flair, the Iron Sheik, Ken Patera, myself, and we thought we were really in shape. And he'd go back, and before he'd start the practice, he says, "Now this is the way I got started, back at Robbinsdale High School, and this is what you have to do."
An all-state football player and 2-time state high school wrestling champion at Robbinsdale High School, Verne went on to become a collegiate football player and again champion wrestler at the University of Minnesota. A decade and a half after graduating from Robbinsdale, Verne would still come back to help out his old high school wrestling team. Julian Hook was, like Verne, an all-state football player at Robbinsdale and a 2-time state champion wrestler.
He had a good affinity with Robbinsdale, so he'd come back to the Robbinsdale High School and work out with the wrestling team. And I was the only guy in the team that worked out with him because he was a little bit big. So I got to know Verne very well in high school through that, and you know, he pretty much followed my career on, and obviously I followed his. And eventually I became his lawyer. So
when he was inducted in the Robbinsdale Hall of Fame, I'd had a lot of people come up to me and say, "Oh, your dad, he was the greatest guy. He used to come over to our house after school and have dinner with us, and sometimes he'd stay overnight rather than making that walk back." Robbinsdale was his roots. He never forgot the people in the community that helped him make it through life. He always talked about it and, you know, never forgot where he came from.
Verne passed away Monday at the age of 89 with his family at his side. He is survived by 3 children. In October of 2013, he was inducted as one of the charter members of the Robbinsdale High School Athletic Hall of Fame.